Hello my dear students, welcome back to chemistry class beta. So in the last class we have seen some of the very important terms which are involved in extraction of metals topic like metallurgy and minerals and ores and ganj. Yes or no? And all 3-4 terms are very important. Try to focus a lot. So once again, what is the most abundant element from the earth crust? Oxygen. Most abundant metal from the earth crust? Aluminium. Metal category में aluminium. Oxygen element category में oxygen is the first element from the earth crust. Okay now? Right. Now in this 16th video class, I am going to discuss about the classification of metals on the basis of reactivity. Okay now? Good. So I am going to write here on the basis of reactivity. On the basis of reactivity, elements are, metals are, on the basis of reactivity, metals are classified into three types. Metals are classified into what? Three types. In that, number one is metals of high reactivity. Metals of high reactivity. Number two is metals of medium reactivity. Next, number three is metals of low reactivity. Metals of what, beta? Low reactivity, like that. So on the basis of reactivity concept, we have to say that metals are classified into three types: metals of high reactivity, metals of medium reactivity, and metals of low reactivity. Let me explain first of all, sir, which metals belongs to high reactivity and which metals are having medium reactivity and which metals are having low reactivity. We have to say the answer as per activity series. As per activity series. I have told you na beta? Yes. So once again, in activity series, which element is more reactive? Potassium. After that, what is beta? Sodium. Next one is nothing but I have told you that calcium. Next one is nothing but what? Magnesium. Next one is nothing but what I have told you? Aluminium. And next one is nothing but zinc and iron. Next one is tin. Next one is nothing but lead. Like that we can write. Tin भी लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पर. I have told you, I have given to you in reactivity series beta. And one more we can consider copper. Next one we can consider mercury. And also we can consider what beta? Silver. Next one is nothing but what? Platinum. And next one is nothing but gold. Once again, so the metals at the top of the activity series, they are highly reactive. You know very well. So from potassium to aluminium. From potassium to aluminium. So these are the metals that are present at top of the activity series. Such top of the activity series metals are nothing but we have to be say that these metals are highly reactive. Okay. The metals which are present in the middle of the activity series, they are nothing but the metals of medium reactivity. So zinc, iron and lead. So these are the three metals, especially these are metal, okay, they are present in the middle of the what beta activity series. So we have to be say that these metals are moderately reactive. Okay beta. Next, copper and silver, mercury and silver and platinum and gold. So these are nothing but the metals which are present at the bottom of the reactivity series. So these are completely, we have to be say that least reactive metals. Once again. So the metals, okay, on the basis of reactivity concept, metals are classified into three types. Metals of high reactivity. What is mean by metals of high reactivity? The metals at the top of the activity series, they are nothing but the, okay now, highly reactive in nature. And what is mean by metals of medium reactivity? The metals in the middle of the activity series, they are nothing but moderately reactive. The metals at the bottom of the activity series, they are completely, okay now, non-reactive, and we have to say that least reactive. Okay na beta? So in that way, on the basis of reactivity, we have classified the metals into the three categories: metals of high reactivity, metals of medium reactivity, metals of low reactivity. समझे कि नहीं clearly? Right, listen carefully. So in that three types of category, which category metals do not occur in nature? I mean, do not occur freely in nature. Which category metals? यहाँ पर भी three category, यहाँ पर भी three same. Which category metals do not found in nature in the free state? Generally, which type of metals? The metals which are more reactive, they do not occur in free state. So answer is nothing but potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, and what beta? Aluminium. So these are the metals. They are present at top of the activity series, and due to their more reactive nature, they do not occur. And also we can say that they do not found free in nature. That means due to their more reactivity, they easily make compounds, they easily make complexes with any other elements. Okay na beta? So they can ask you the question, why sodium and potassium do not found free in nature? So just one word answer. Okay, they are nothing but the highly reactive metals because of they are present at the top of the activity series. Due to their more reactive nature, they do not found in nature in free state. Do not found in what na? Yes, do not found in nature in free state में नहीं मिल सकते. Okay. In the three types of metals, which category metals they can be found in free state? Definitely the answer is nothing but opposite nana, first co opposite, last one. More reactive, do not found in free state, but these are nothing but the least reactive, they can be found in free state. So like copper and mercury and silver, platinum and gold. Okay, so these are the metals, they goes to be found in what beta? Free state. Found in free state, and also we can say that they goes to be found in their original native state. They do not combine easily with any other compound because of these are the metals. They are present at bottom of the activity series due to their low reactivity. They does not show reaction with any other element or metal. That means we have to be say that they are nothing but they will found freely or they will occur freely in the nature. Okay. More reactivity do not found free in nature. Very least reactivity they will be occur free in nature. Sir, what about moderately reactivity? The metals in the middle of the activity series, they are moderately reactive. Means little bit reaction ho sakta. Due to their medium type of reactivity, due to their moderate reactivity, we have to be say that okay, general concept beta. All these metals they goes to be found. They goes to be found from earth crust. They goes to be found from what on earth crust in the form of their oxides, in the form of their oxide ores, in the form of their sulfide ores, in the form of their carbonate ores also. Carbonate ores. Okay, beta. One second. The metals in the middle of the activity series, they are moderately reactive. Due to their moderate reactive nature, they goes to be found in nature. I mean, they goes to be found from the earth crust, mainly in the form of ores like oxide ores and sulfide ores and carbonate ores. For suppose zinc oxide, zinc sulfide, zinc carbonate, iron oxide, iron sulfide, iron carbonate, like that type of minerals we can found from the earth crust because of they are having moderate reactivity. Okay, so metals of high reactivity, metals of low reactivity, metals of what moderate reactivity. So metals of high reactivity, they are present at the top due to their more reactive nature, do not found freely in nature. Middle, moderate reactivity, they goes to be available, they goes to be found in their respective ores. And these are nothing but the what beta? Yes, they are having least reactivity due to their least reactive nature. Due to their non-reactive nature, they goes to be found freely in the nature in their native state. Okay now, but listen carefully. In that least reactivity category, I want to consider one is copper, one more is what? Silver, and one more is nothing but what? Mercury. They are having little bit reactivity because of copper iron, mercury and silver, they goes to be found in their mineral forms. For suppose Cu in the form of Cu2s, cuprous sulfide, copper sulfide or copper glands, and Hg in the form of Hgs, and Ag in the form of Ags, and Cu in the form of Cu2O, and Ag in the form of Ag2O. यहाँ पर silver glands, sorry, Ag2s बेटा. So once again, copper, mercury, silver, platinum and gold, all they are nothing but the least reactive metals. But especially in that least reactive, of course little bit reactivity will be there, but reactivity possible only for copper and mercury and silver, because of these three metals. They goes to be found in their sulfide forms, and also they goes to be found in their oxide form also. I will tell you सामने क्लास में मैं आपको बताता हूँ. Okay ना? So copper and mercury and silver, these are nothing but the least reactive metals, but little bit they are goes to be found in their respective sulfide forms, and also we can say O भी लिख सकते हैं, means goes to be available in their oxide forms. But platinum and silver, they are purely non-reactive in nature. That's why so many times I have told you, platinum and gold are nothing but the noble metals. They are very less reactive, does not show any reaction, means they goes to be found in their free state, they goes to be found in their original native state. Okay now, I hope you understand three types of metals on the basis of reactivity concept. Okay now? So say any two examples of moderately reactive metals: zinc, iron, lead. Say to any two examples which are okay now exist completely in their native state. Answer is nothing but platinum and gold. Yes, name any two metals which do not occur freely in nature. Anyone: potassium, sodium, calcium, like that. Okay now? Good. Now another two definitions I am going to be tell you now. Very important definitions, very important. In that one is nothing but roasting, and one more is nothing but calcination. So roasting and calcination, these two words we are going to be used in tomorrow's class in the extraction of metals from their respective minerals and ores. That story I will tell you tomorrow. But now today we have to be discussed about what is meant by roasting and what is meant by calcination. Okay, roasting process में आपको discuss कर रहा हूँ पहले. Roasting is the process. It is used in the method of concentration में use करते हैं ना, I mean purification में use करते हैं बेटा. Minerals and ores, they can be purified by the method is nothing but roasting, and one more is nothing but calcination. But not applicable for all types of ores. Applicable for the suitable ore, that is nothing but sulfide ores. So roasting is applicable only for sulfide ores. Only sulfide ores, they goes to be concentrated, they goes to be purified by the method is nothing but roasting. So how? Sulfide ores, they undergo by strong heating, by heating strongly in the presence of air. Sulfide ores, by heating strongly in the presence of ore, they goes to be converted into oxides. This is the story. What is meant by roasting? The process in which sulfide ores are converted into their oxides by heating strongly in the presence of air, in the presence of oxygen. So just one word, sulfide ores are strongly heated in the presence of oxygen. This is called roasting procedure. Okay now? But try to remember, applicable only for sulfide ores. Sulfide ores on heating in presence of air, they changes into the oxides. The method is nothing but what beta? Roasting. Okay now? Good. So can I show you the example now? Yes, the example is nothing but sulfide ore I want to tell you. Especially I want to take moderately reactive. What is the moderately reactive? Zinc. So we can say zinc sulfide. Sulfide ore, first suppose the metal is zinc metal. So that is nothing but ZnS. ZnS is called zinc sulfide. Zinc sulfide is nothing but a chemical name beta. But यहाँ पर अपने को chemical name नहीं चाहिए. I want to consider the mineral name. I want to consider the ore name. Which ore? Sulfide ore. Of which metal? Zinc metal. That's why we have to say that very important. Try to remember the name. This is called zinc blend. क्या बोलते हैं? Zinc blend. What is the formula of zinc blend? ZnS. Nothing but sulfide ore of zinc. It upon heating, strongly heating takes place in presence of air, and also already I have told you in presence of oxygen. So sulfide ores upon strong heating in presence of air, definitely sulfide ores are converted into the oxides. Means zinc sulfide on reaction with oxygen changes into zinc oxide. What is the formula of zinc oxide? ZnO. But as per balancing, always we required यहाँ पर 2 moles, यहाँ पर 3 moles, because of in that now 2 sulfur atoms are there ना बेटा. 2 sulfur atoms, they goes to be removed in the form of sulfur dioxide gas. Next, now how many zinc atoms are there? 2 zinc atoms. यहाँ पर भी 2 zinc atoms are there. Yes, 3 2s are 6 oxygens are there. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 2 6. Everything was balanced. So fixed ratio 2:3. Okay, right. So sulfide ores upon strong heating in presence of air, upon strong heating in presence of oxygen, sulfide ores are converted into the oxides. So zinc sulfide changes into zinc oxide, and along with the formation of sulfur dioxide gas. So the impurities which are present in the sulfide ore, they goes to be eliminated in the form of volatile form, nothing but in the form of SO2 form only upon strong heating. समझ गए ना? Okay ना? Good. Same thing na, not only Z cell. Okay, zinc sulfide changes into zinc oxide, and first suppose we can get lead na. Yes, lead sulfide changes into lead oxide, copper sulfide changes into copper oxide, iron sulfide changes into iron oxide, but only sulfide ores, they goes to be changes into oxide by strong heating in presence of air. That is called what beta? Roasting. समझे कि नहीं? Good. Next, another method of okay now purification, that is nothing but the calcination. Calcination is the method applicable for the concentration of, applicable for the purification of carbonate ores. What about roasting? For sulfide ore only. What about calcination? For carbonate and bicarbonate ores also. Okay, na? Good. So here I am going to be considered that calcination is the process applicable for carbonate ores upon strong heating. Upon what beta? By strong heating. By strongly heating. But condition is, this condition was very important in the absence of air. This is the important condition. यहाँ पर in the presence of air, यहाँ पर in the absence of air. Roasting applicable for sulfide ores and calcination applicable for carbonate ore. Sulfide ore, carbonate ore, roasting and calcination, whatever that may be the process, sulfide and carbonate ore, they goes to be converted into their oxides. Same thing. Sulfide ore changes into the oxides, carbonate ore converted into the oxides. Concept तो same है बेटा. But sulfide ores are heated in presence of air, that is roasting. Carbonate ores are heated in absence of air. This is calcination. Okay na? Good. So now I am going to give you the example better. What is meant by calcination? The process in which carbonate ores are converted into the oxides by strongly heated in the absence of air. That is nothing but what beta? Calcination. It is applicable for carbonate and bicarbonate ores, but roasting applicable only for sulfide ores. Now one example for carbonate ore. Again same metal consider करेंगे. Which metal? Zinc metal. यहाँ पर भी जिंक सल्फाइड लिए, यहाँ पर भी जिंक क्या लेना? कार्बोनेट लेना पड़ेगा. What is the formula of zinc carbonate? ZnCO3. Zinc carbonate. Zinc carbonate is chemical name, but we have to consider the mineral name. Zinc carbonate mineral name is called calamine. क्या बोलते हैं? Calamine. So they will ask you the formula. One more question में पूछते हैं objective point of view. Zinc blend formula is ZnS. Calamine formula is ZnCO3. ZnCO3 purified by calcination because of carbonate ore, and zinc blend purified by roasting because of it is the sulfide ore. Like that applicable questions they are going to ask you. What is the liberated gas in roasting? SO2. Because of sulfide ore changes into sulfur dioxide, carbonate ore changes into carbon dioxide here. Okay now? Good. So zinc carbonate upon strong heating, just upon heating, यहाँ पर heating in presence of air, but here only heating, no more oxygen, नहीं तो limited amount of oxygen दे सकते हैं. Simply remember, okay, ना absence of air. So zinc carbonate upon strong heating undergo decomposition and changes into zinc oxide, same like above. And CO3 group changes into what beta? CO2 gas. It goes to be eliminated in the form of volatile form along with impurities. Okay now. So zinc carbonate upon strong heating in absence of air, simply upon heating it gives the product is nothing but what beta? Zinc oxide. So fatafat tell me the reasons. They will ask you. Give the differences between roasting and calcination. Reason number 1. Sulfide ores are, once again, reason number 1. Roasting. Applicable for sulfide ore, applicable for carbonate ores. SO2 gas releases along with metal oxide. यहाँ पर CO2 gas releases along with metal oxide. Next, sulfide ores are heated by using air. यहाँ पर carbonate ores are heated in the absence of air. Like that, any 2 to 3 differences you have to be right. But both are very important procedure. In tomorrow's class, all these words again they goes to be repeated in the extraction of different metals. सारे metal को अपन one by one tomorrow 2, next day 2. Okay, I like that now. All types of metals we are going to be extract. We are going to be separate from their minerals and ores. That is nothing but metallurgy. So metallurgy procedure I am going to be start tomorrow. I hope you understand. So आज का class में क्या पढ़ाई किया बेटा? We have prepared in today's class. Classification of metals on the basis of reactivity, 3 types. Metals of high reactive, metals of medium reactive, metals of low reactive. Low may be copper, silver, okay now, they may form some ores. Good. And what is meant by roasting, what is meant by calcination? Applicable for sulfide ores and applicable for carbonates. Sulfide ores and carbonate ores, both the changes into the oxides. But in case of sulfide ores, SO2 is the gas. In case of carbonate ores, CO2 is the gas. Yes, roasting takes place in presence of air, but calcination takes place in absence of air. And also, we can say limited amount of air. You can do. Okay, na beta? Good.